Man, this is such a crazy fight. We've got Parker Porter versus Jailton Almeida. Jailton Almeida was actually originally slated to fight Maxine Grecian in the light heavyweight division, and they must have called up a lot of light heavyweights to try and get into the spot, but no one obviously wants to fight Jailton Almeida on short notice, so they've gone to the heavyweight division, and Parker Porter has accepted the call. Parker Porter now taking on Jailton Almeida on short notice, which I do respect quite a lot. He's actually a pretty well-rounded fighter as Parker Porter, and he's going to have a very big size advantage, so this potentially could be maybe space for somewhat of an upset here, but I will be picking Jailton Almeida to win this one. His grappling when the fight gets to the ground is so good. He's so good at jiu-jitsu. He's very good at ground and pound as well, which we showed against Danilo Marquez, where he dominated him with his wrestling and with his grappling. It's also worth noting when he fought Nasruddinov, he dominated him with his wrestling too. He out-wrestled Nasruddinov as well, who was undefeated at the time, which is absolutely insane. I did pick Jailton Almeida to win his Dana White's Contender Series fight and his UFC debut, so I'm 2-0 for Jailton Almeida picks so far, guys. But moving up, man, what I really like about Almeida is he's just so active. You know, ever since he kind of got into the UFC or the Dana White's Contender Series, he's just been so active. He fought Danilo Marquez a few months after his Dana White's Contender Series fight, and now he's going to be fighting a few months later as well. He's also, in between that time, he's been taking place in grappling tournaments, which is great to see. He's obviously trying to make improvements in his grappling or show off how good he is at grappling, which is awesome, man. I do like Jailton Almeida's grappling. If he can get the fight to the floor, I feel like he probably could get a submission off on Parker Porter, who's on a pretty good win streak right now. He is coming off the knockout loss to Chris Dalkos on his UFC debut, but since then he did beat Josh Caprese, and he did beat Chase Sherman in a pretty impressive performance in my opinion, and he did beat Alan Bardeau, and not the most exciting fight in the world, but it was a fight nonetheless. He's taken the fight on short notice against Jailton Almeida. I feel like the guy on the full camp in Almeida will get the job done. Ground and pound TKO or a submission. I feel like I'm leaning more the submission side. Jailton Almeida's wrestling is so good, but is he going to be able to wrestle a guy that is going to be so much heavier than him, probably 50 pounds heavier than him, when it comes down to being inside the octagon, which is absolutely crazy. I will be picking Jailton Almeida. I feel like he's a great light heavyweight prospect to look out for. He's not even 31 years old yet, so he does still have a little bit of time in him. He still does have a little bit of prime left. And keep your eyes on Jailton Almeida, because this guy is a prospect to look out for, and he's a problem. And it's clear that the fact that they had to go to the heavyweight division to get a short notice replacement for him, that a lot of light heavyweights do not want to fight this guy, because Jailton Almeida is just that good, and he really is that good. I love Jailton Almeida as a fighter. I feel like he's going to be a very exciting fighter to watch, and a very exciting prospect to keep your eye on, because I feel like this guy definitely does have a run to the top 15 in him, no doubt. And I feel like a win over Parker Porter in the heavyweight division, that's a pretty good start, man. That's a pretty good start. So let's go Jailton Almeida.